So I was having a conversation with a few people, and we're really talking about the behaviors of just pop culture. Talking about of course, I want to be delicate here. The music videos, just pop culture, and the Instagram models, Demon Time, OnlyFans, and a lot of people are concerned for the younger generation, but I'm also seeing older people getting jiggy with it and freaky with it on OnlyFans. I even on a so-called conscious app or spiritual app, I saw this woman selling her wares, and I was embarrassed for her. Honestly, she was not attractive, overweight, and I thought to myself, poor soul, you are so desperate for attention, for love, or money, or clout, that you would bare your naked body, you know. And I saw her nudes on Twitter, and I'm like, Twitter, what is going on? So you suspended my account I just created, and I haven't even posted anything on it. Yet this woman got her whole body exposed, rolls and all. And I'm not tooting my own horn. I think I look attractive. I'm not saying I'm, a 10 or anything, but I wouldn't, even if I was a 10, I just personally wouldn't put my body out there. But everybody's different. I'm not judging. I actually feel bad for her. I feel really bad because I know that we are all love starved. We are, all of us. Even those who come from two-parent homes, who parents love us, we are love starved, rich or poor, and everybody in between. And I'll tell you why. Because everybody has to work. Everybody, even the elites, they have to work. Look at the recent duchesses, right? Kate and Meghan. When after they got married, they had to what? Work. Okay? They had to do the tour, do the charity work, then they had to have the children, very little rest. Pretty much the next day, both of these women are taking pictures and having interviews. How can you have time to really enjoy your family? Parents are working. Kids are in school, 8 hours a day, come home, a few hours do homework, watch a little TV, go to bed. And what about intimate time with the husband and wife? It's tiring. You don't have quality time. So what happens is, through the hustle and bustle of everyday life, kids don't get the love they need or deserved. Even we adults, if we really are honest with ourselves, our parents, they did the best for us. And there are some parents who did not do anything for us. But either way, we didn't get the love and the time we deserved from our parents, our friends. We don't have time for our spouses because we're constantly working. Constantly working. And, those who do not have to work, if you were a child, you didn't get the quality time that you really deserved with your parents together and then your parents individually, especially if you come from a large family where a mother has like 10 plus kids. You can be rich and be a celebrity. They're pumping out these kids, but they don't have the time to spend with them. And you wonder why we have unbalanced adults. And so what's happening is, and like I said, this is everybody on the planet, even in tribes. You'll see it. You see this documentary in tribes. You see it. You see it. And we have to have the conversation. We have to change this. And it's changing. Thank you, Age of Aquarius, hooking us up, okay? So we're working on it. But we have to do more. We have to actually do it this time. And we have to be patient with each other. We have to be patient with ourselves. We have to be kind, yes, and yet we have to be stern. We have to stand our ground, and we have to lovingly critique and correct. I don't like to use criticize. I say correct, correct each other. And we have to be open to correction. But going back to this topic of love, people are so love starved that they'll cut themselves, they'll give themselves fake body parts. They'll they pretend to be a whole race now with the blackfishing. They create personas, online. They catfish people because they want that attention. Love. We are spiritual beings. We're loving spiritual beings. I say God is love, and we all have the spark of God in us, or we are God's children, or we are God. There's different schools of thought. So like each way is a path to the truth. So, good journey to you. With that being said, we are loving beings. We are the angels that you hear and read about. You see it every day if you look really hard. When, there's a disaster, how quickly do people come together to help each other out? But do we need disasters to be who we really are, coming together, helping each other? Are we civilized or what? Are we, big, bad, and bougie or what? Like, are we critical thinkers or what? Are we better than animals or what? Because animals, if you haven't been keeping score, are kicking our butts. Okay? And y'all can talk savage animals in the jungle all you want. They only do that when they need to eat. And there's a hierarchy. Nature's in perfect balance. We aren't, but we're getting there. And that's what I'm trying to, get people to start thinking about. Okay? We have to start thinking about this. And so I'm not saying that we excuse bad behavior. I'm not saying we encourage bad behavior. We have to understand it so we can understand it to overstand it and do something about it. There's a reason why these young people are literally pimping themselves out, but they don't think they're pimping themselves out. You should hear some of these people. You should hear some of them. The way they talk about sex like it's no big thing. They're not even aware that they're having sex, that they're pimping themselves out. No Jumper is the channel? Correct me if I'm wrong. The young lady, the young Caucasian girl who is just putting all these celebrities on blast. Trey Songz was the most recent one. Have you heard how she and her companions talk? And instead of villainizing these girls, where are their parents? Oh, they're probably working themselves to death and probably not even aware their children are doing this. Their adult children are doing this. And sidebar, just because your children are grown does not mean you stop being a parent. Facts. You stop being a parent probably not even after you die, because if you care, you're probably going to hang around to make sure that your children are okay after you leave this world. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just putting that out there. So what is the answer? The answer is for self-love. Educate yourself and others. And when you see this type of behavior, instead of immediately villainizing them and accusing them and calling them names, give them a new way. Give them a better way. Would these girls be doing this if they had something better to do, something more positive to do? And also if it wasn't thrown in our face 24/7? And also if certain folks would stop partaking in this foolishness? But why are men partaking in this? Oh, because they're love starved. Because they put the weight of the world on a man's shoulder and he's human. Atlas put the globe down. Well, it's really the world. It's really the four corners of the world. But we're just going to go with the globe because that's what most people are familiar with. Atlas put the globe down. You don't have to hold the world up alone. You never held it up alone. They tricked you into thinking that you were. Okay? I'm not resolving men of any responsibility, but they're human. They're not workhorses or banks or ATMs. They're humans. Just like women are not cum receptacles or pleasure models or things or objects. We're human beings, okay? And we have to come back to love. We have to love each other. at least get back to like each other, respect each other, honor life. And we're not doing this because we don't honor ourselves. And we weren't taught to. Okay? We were taught to work ourselves to death. We were taught to obey, I will say, concepts that do not have humanity's best interest at hand at all. And we're waking up and we're realizing this. We're becoming aware and we're learning. And so when you feel the urge to criticize, say, okay, how, instead of criticizing, can I lovingly correct this person? And can I give them alternatives? Because what other alternative is there for a young girl to make money to take care of herself? There's tons. But maybe the question should be, what can she do to feel loved? Because someone didn't love her. Her parents either didn't have time because they're working to death, or her parents didn't care. And now, instead of protecting and teaching and mentoring these young people, and men are doing it. Men are pimping themselves out left and right. They're getting online. They're acting the fool, and folks are throwing money at them. But it's more than the money. It's the attention. It's the perceived love. And those people don't love them, and they find out very quickly, unfortunately. But the sad thing is, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. People are watching and it doesn't stop. They're going in anyway, knowing full well that you can't get real love or attention from people you don't even know. But that's how desperate they are to connect their hearts to someone. That's who we are. We are the heart and soul of this planet, of this universe. And we have to get back to that. That doesn't mean you have to agree with everybody or accept everybody, but you respect everybody and you honor life. And you start by educating yourself, educating others, and putting it into practice. Okay? So we need to come back to love. And I'm talking universal love. I'm talking unconditional love. I'm talking 1 Corinthians 13:4-8. And you don't have to be a Christian or any religious to appreciate wisdom and truth when you see it. Okay? We ain't got to live with everybody. We ain't got to work with everybody. You ain't got to be friends with everybody. But you got to love everybody. Because they are a reflection of you. They are on the same planet. And like I said in another clip, how can you live on this planet and not treat everybody with respect? Because you never know who you're going to need. So at least be smart. Do it from a self-preservation, point of view, at least. And once you get there, and you'll start to see how we're all connected and how we can grow and evolve together. Once you see that, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I'm going to stop there. Thank you for listening.